Hey, hello guys, this is Fede here again with another video after a few weeks of not doing anything. So this video is going to be my TBR for the first half of the year, like from this month up until June. These are the physical books that I'm going to read, and yeah, I'm pretty confident that I'm going to be able to read them. And they are not that many. I believe they're like 30 or 20 something. And yeah, I didn't want to go too crazy with the physical TBR. Now my Kindle digital TBR audiobooks, I'm not going to do a video about that because that really is up to debate what books I'm going to read there. It's just more my mood. But all right, let's just go ahead and begin with the physical books for this semester. So I want to read Blindness by Jose Saramago, which the original title I believe is Un ensayo sobre la ceguera, which is it's a movie. As you can see, I got the movie cover, which I hate, but I mean, what are you gonna do? I haven't watched the movie, by the way, and yeah, that's why I wanted to read the book, just to see. I know a little bit about the story, and yeah, it's Saramago, man. It's either great or okay, so it's never bad. But yeah, Blindness. This is one of the books that I'm going to read this semester, and then I'm going to read also a classic, uh, Stranger in a Strange Land by Heinlein. This is a classic. This is an absolute classic. And I was at Bookman's, the bookstore, and there were a lot of different versions of this book. So there was this classic cover, and there was the new one, which is just like it doesn't have any like images or anything like that. So I chose this one, and this was actually $4 for this one, Stranger in a Strange Land. And yeah, I've been wanting to read this for a while, man. I know that is like very impactful. It was very impactful for the sci-fi genre. So yeah, this is definitely one of my uh, priority reads. Now, another book that I'm going to read this semester is Oathbringer by Sanderson, the Sandman. So yeah, I loved the Words of Radiance book, the second one, and I'm going to go for it for the third one, and then for the next semester, most likely I'm going to read Rhythm of War, just in time for the last book. I think the last book is coming out in December, so yeah, I wanna be caught up by that. I'm not reading the novellas or short stories or anything like that. I mean, I like the story. I don't like it that much. So yeah, with the main story narrative, I'm okay. I'm also going to read this little book, Dostoevsky's Notes from the Underground. Now, I have read Dostoevsky before. I have his White Nights somewhere here, and but Notes from the Underground, man. I have been wanting to read this book because this apparently was very influential for Scorsese and a lot of different directors. Apparently, it's fucking sad. It's Dostoevsky, so. But yeah, it's really short, like 200 pages. So yeah, this is going. Probably I'm going to read this like in a day or something. And also, I'm going to read the next installment in the Rift War saga cycle, whatever. Silverthorn. This is the third book in the series, and yeah, man, I just want to know what happened. The first two books, Magician, Apprentice, and Master. I mean, those books are great. They are fucking great, and I'm hoping that this one is great as well. And this is really a throwback, man. When you could write epic fantasy in what, fucking 300 pages? Can you imagine? I mean, comparing this with today, with Oathbringer, I mean, it's not bad, but it's a nice change. Now, what I'm reading right now actually is this one. I'm almost done. Howling Dark. by Christopher Rocchio. It's been great, man. I'm planning to do a review of this or a video just explaining what I think of this book so far. But yeah, I actually like the so far. I haven't finished this. I actually like the first one, the first book, better than this one. So yeah, let's see what happens there at the end. Maybe that changes. And also, I'm going to read another tome, The Wise Man's Fear, by Patrick Rothfuss. This is the second book in the King Killer Chronicles. And yeah, it's been a while, man, since I read The Name of the Wind. I think I read it back in September, October. I really don't remember. But yeah, I'm going to read this, and then I guess I'm going to read the short stories. But that's it, man. There's no third book. And talking about Christopher Rocchio, I already have the next book here, Demon in White, which, for what I've heard, I mean, this is one of the best books of the series. This is the third one, and yeah, of course, I'm going to read this after I read the second novella, after Howling Dark. So yeah, that's going on the Kindle, by the way. Now I'm going to read the fifth book in the Dune series, which is Heretics of Dune, or Herejes de Dune. I have the Spanish version. And yeah, this is not that long, man. It's like, what, 500 pages? I mean, it's not short, but it's pretty normal. And yeah, this is the fifth book. I mean, the fourth one, Emperor, I fucking love that book, man. Especially the ending. It's great. And also, I'm going to read The Count of Monte Cristo. I'm going to start this book next month. I already have the schedule here, the pages I have to read every day, and yeah, man, this is fucking long. Like 1,300 pages, damn. And this is the Penguins Classic Edition. So yeah, I've been looking forward to read this for years now. But just like War and Peace, I just finished that one earlier this month. It's work, man. To read these classics, it's a bit of work, but I just love them. I just really love them. Now let me go for the other stack of books that I have there, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so just to continue with the books here, another book that I want to read. Well, this is a reread actually. It's The Divine Comedy by Dante. Or La Divina Commedia, Dante Alighieri. I already read this years ago, and actually sold the book itself. And when I was buying books at a used bookstore, I saw this, and I thought to myself, man, it's been a while since I read this, so I bought it again. And yeah, I'm going to read. You can actually read this pretty fast, and yeah, it's pretty entertaining, man. So I also want to start this series, the Ender's Game series by Orson Scott Card. What the fuck is that name? But yeah, I want to start this. I only bought the first one. There was a bunch of books from this series. I don't know how many there are, but yeah, I just bought the first one just to see how I like it, and if I like it, well, I'm going to continue with the series. And another tome here, running around 1,000 pages. This is The Pillars of the Earth by Follett. I know this is a series as well, so if I like it, I'm just going to continue with the series, man. But yeah, I wanted to read this this semester, and I know what the book is about, like in a bigger scope, but I don't know the narrative itself. So yeah, The Pillars of the Earth, I've been wanting to read this for years as well, and it's finally happening, man. So another classic from Joyce Carol Oates, Middle Age. I know nothing about this at all, but I saw this. I said, man, it's from Joyce. All right, let's give it a try. And yeah, I'm going to read this. this semester as well, and it's actually like 500 pages. And yeah, let's see how I like it. I like Joyce. Now, another book, The Shadow of the Wind, by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. Now, I know that this book, it was published in Spanish initially, so why am I not reading this in Spanish? Well, because I was shopping for books and I saw this. This was at $1.99 at the shop. So I said, man, I know the original language is in Spanish, so that's better for me. But $1.99, I have to buy it. I had to, and I'm going to read it in English. I mean, I don't give a damn. And yeah, I've heard good things about this. Carlos Ruiz Zafón, the name of it. No, what was it? The Shadow of the Wind. And in Spanish, the name is La Sombra del Viento, something like that. I don't really know, but yeah, this is a cool cover. If you see this, there's a hole here. I can actually put my finger here, and this is I don't know what the fuck is this, but whatever. The Shadow of the Wind, and then I'm going to read The Secret Knowledge of Water by Craig Childs. Now, last year I tried to read one of his books. It should be right behind me. Okay, this one. The I don't know if you see it, but it's the Animal Dialogues, and this was a DNF for me. But this book, man, this deals apparently with water and human relationship with water across time, and I don't know. I just want to read about that, and it's not that long. So let's see if I like this book by him. So yeah. The next one is Marcia Clark, the author. The book is Guilt by Association. Apparently this book is part of a series, like detective series, thrillers, whatever. But it's one of those series like, I don't know, Sherlock Holmes or like detective stories where you can read any book from the series and just, it's a new case every time. So yeah. Someone gave this to me and it said it was good, so I'm going to try it. Next, I have a couple of Spanish books. So the first one is Breve Tratado del Corazón, which is like, the translation will be A Brief Treaty of the Heart by Ana Clavel. And this is just the story of a woman that goes to the Taj Mahal, and that's all I know. This publishing company, Alfaguara, that's the name. They publish a lot of contemporary literary fiction, and there are some gems coming out, man, today, and we need to put attention on that, I believe. So yeah, Breve Tratado del Corazón, that's one, and then Sábado Domingo, which is Saturday, Sunday, by Ray Loriga. Now this author, I already have like 4 or 5 books from him. I love this author, Spanish guy, and yeah, I really don't know anything about this book, but I know it's gonna be good. Then a book from good old George Martin. Now I almost have everything this guy has written. I'm missing like 2 or 3 books. I'm missing his first novel and some other 2 or 3 books. But yeah, someone got me this, Y la muerte su legado, which I really don't know the translation for this, which I believe this this book is a short story collection, maybe. He has a lot of short stories, but yeah, it's a short story collection, as I imagine. He has a lot of short stories, man. There's like a compilation for his science fiction stories, for his like fantasy stories, like short stories, and horror stories as well. So yeah, the man has range. But yeah, this is, I don't know, the genre of this collection. It says something about war, and that's it. But yeah, looking forward to that. Then, when I bought The Divine Comedy by Dante. Right next to it was by Virgil, of course, La Eneida, which I don't really know. I don't really know how to say this in English. The Eneid, I really don't know how to say it. In Spanish is Eneida, but yeah, I never read this in my life. Can you imagine? I never read this, and yeah, I'm looking forward to. I'm going to read this first, and then I'm going to read the comedy, just so I can have like another reading for the narrative of the comedy. Because when I initially read it, I mean, I didn't know who Virgil was, and yeah. Now another book I like cinema a lot, and sometimes I like to buy books related to film or filmmaking. And this book caught my eye. It's The Making of Blade Runner. I don't know if you can see it, by Paul Salmon. All right. And yeah, this is just the making of the Blade Runner. I know some of the facts already, like every film nerd. But yeah, it's nice to have it here and maybe find out some things that I don't really know. But yeah, I know that there is a revision of this book, like a recent revision, because this came out in the 80s, I believe. Let me tell you. Yeah, this came out in, I don't know, this came out in 1996. But I know there's a newer revised version, but I don't know, this is fine for me. Then, I already showed you the Heretics of Dune. So look what I found, guys. I found a first hardcover edition of, I don't know if you can see the lettering, but Chapter House of Dune, which is the last book that Herbert wrote. This is a hardback. I don't know if this is like a library edition or what, because there's no cover. And the publishing company is Putnam, Putnam. And look at this, man. I don't know what this is. This is a used book, by the way, obviously. But when I saw it, man, I had to have it. I mean, look at this. This is from 85. Chapter House of Dune, 1985. And yeah, you get right away to the story. I don't know if, nope, there's no images, but damn, man, I want to read this already. So yeah, Chapter House of Dune. It was a great find for me. And it was like, I don't know, they sold me this one like fucking $20. I don't know, maybe I got ripped off, man, but I wanted it. So, okay, next book. Now, The Books of Jacob by Olga. I'm not even going to attempt to say that last name, but this is a long ass book as well. And this was $17. It's used as well. And this book, I know it's a fiction, it's a novel about some part of European history or whatever. I don't know if it involves Judaism, just because of the name Jacob, but and this was recommended by a booktuber that I really liked. I still like. But yeah, I really don't know anything about this shit. But I went to read it, and it's pretty long. So yeah, we better get to it. Now the last book, it's also a book about film, and it's just a big book, film history, an introduction, and it's fucking giganormous, gigasaurus, man. Look, but it has a lot of. I was looking at the. I don't know how you say it in English, but the. Let me see. Let me find it. The list of contents. So I mean, it has a lot of shit from decades, from the beginning up to the up to what? The 80s, I believe. 70s, 80s. Yeah, so it has a lot of information, man. And look at this, come on. It looks pretty interesting, bro. It's look. Maybe I can go ahead and pull up some recommendations here. Chunking Express by Wong Kar Wai. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, this book, obviously, I'm not going to read this in one sitting. It's more of a coffee table book where I read like an article maybe or whatever. But yeah, man, that's my list. Those are some big fucking books, man. Now that I'm looking at it, but yeah, I think it's possible. It's possible for me to read them all. And yeah, see you on the next one. The next video is going to be a review of Howling Dark because I'm not quite happy with that book. It's good, but I was hoping for more. But all right, see you on the next one, guys.